Hi there, my name is Callie, and I did my research project on the extraterrestrial life forms and finding them, how to find them, pretty much what we need to look for when finding them, if we, how to like communicate with them, like what's the best form of communicating with them, just kind of like if I think they exist and reasons to believe I think they should exist, or etc. The reason why I chose this topic was, I mean, well, obviously, who wouldn't want to learn about aliens? And I spent a lot of time at my dad's house, and he watches a lot of those like UFO sightings and like those kind of like extraterrestrial life form shows. And it always gets you wondering because they always are super persuasive when they talk, and it just their voice and facts that they say that you don't even know if they're facts or just opinion. That's the kind of stuff, and it just really gets you, and you just want to know more, kind of. So I came across a couple things when researching this project. Like obviously the big question is always like, are we alone out there? Are we the only living life forms? And how can we tell if we are the only living life forms or not? So the main thing is kind of just looking at like, okay, so how can we even pick out a planet that would be even sustainable to life? There's a number of factors of things that they're going to need, like liquid water. It's like the gold of the universe. If you have liquid water, that's like already you're doing good because very rare that a planet will have a habitable zone, which is the liquid water. Um, Very rarely a planet will even have this. And so, like, if you think about it, the human body, like, just mainly everything in this universe is made up of like four main elements. Obviously, the top elements, the top percentages, like the amount wise, are always like the same, like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and like oxygen or methane's up there too, I believe, in the top. So I mean, it would come to the conclusion that if most things in this universe are made up of that, shouldn't we be looking for things that, like, it's just to assume that if there is anything else out there that's living, that it'll have those elements as well that make it up. Another thing would be that if there's a planet out there that is sustainable for life to live on, it would need a photosynthetic process, which is kind of just like our Earth and Sun, where there's like a body of mass that's hot, that's transporting energy to a body of mass that's colder. In our case, allowing the plants to grow to produce oxygen or whatever for us humans and other oxygen breathing animals to be able to, breathe. um, so actually, there's a couple scientists that had missions set out to just out in outer space to find these kind of planets. And what happened was they landed on the sixth orbiting moon of Jupiter, and it's called Europa. And they actually found an ocean that runs about 100 kilometers deep on Europa. And what they also found on Europa was these tiny microbe chemosynthetic organisms that are able to sustain life without, food or heat source or anything like that. And they found these similar organisms in the bottom of like these trenches, like the Marianas Trench and the Challenger Deep out in southwestern Guam. They said in our oceans on Earth, they found similar organisms. This is actually like a big advancement, and based off this information, scientists conclude that they're gonna probably be able to communicate with life forms in the next 10 years, or we're going to find some sort of other life form, intelligent, maybe or maybe not. Hopefully friendly. Hopefully they don't want to like take us over or, you know, kill us, because that would be very unfortunate. Um, so now we get to the point where if we know what we're looking for on these planets, now it's if what we would do to communicate with these planets, or how to communicate if we reach these planets. So two big arguments that scientists have is that